Welcome back. Now, as summer takes its course, Namibia is feeling the heat literally. A heat wave seems to be sweeping across the country. Joining us to break this down is Odilo Kgobetsi, Chief Forecaster at the Windhoek Met Office. Odilo, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Nina, and good evening to all.
Odilo, could you share the current temperature readings across, the different regions, in Namibia?
Oh yes, the latest records of temperature readings that came through over the weekend and even today, we could see that places over the southern part of the country moved bypassed 40 degrees Celsius, and towards the extreme north, when the parts of Shikoto and also parts of Musati, and further to the Kavango region, we could see that temperatures in general over the interior bypassed 38 degrees Celsius, and places over the central part as well in the capital about 37 degrees Celsius, and towards the east, Namibia region crossing about 39 degrees Celsius, which is extremely very hot this time of the year. And therefore, we have issued an advisory for heat waves that is going to persist at least today and tomorrow. But as we go in the next few days, we should see temperatures dropping slightly.
Mm-hmm. And what are the key factors, driving this unusually high temperatures that we're seeing right now?
There is a trend of dominant high pressure systems. What happens is we have a dominant high pressure system, which is Botswana high. This is normally causing subsidence during this time of the year. If there is no clouds or more active clouds available within the region, it normally results in high temperatures, because the high pressure system normally causes subsidence and therefore warming of surface layers underneath. Mm-hmm. And if it's like extended over a period of time, which is about 2-3 days, then it qualifies to become a heat wave. And that is generally that's taking place in Namibia, as well as also other countries within the region as well. South Africa, Botswana, they've also indicated some heat waves over parts of their regions.
Yeah. And how are these soaring temperatures, Odilo, impacting local wildlife and ecosystems? We know, of course, that we're not the only ones as human beings that are affected.
Yeah, because of this time of the year, it normally results in the heat is not good, actually, even for livestock. In case where we don't have enough vegetation and this time of the year, then if you have some plantations, then actually it can become slightly very dry and over that areas, and therefore it needs then more more watering that's needed. And if it comes to human being, then it is also advisable to take water in irregular intervals.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned earlier, of course, that because of these soaring temperatures, the Met Office has, given an advisory. Just talk to us about what that entails and what's in place concerning this advisory.
Yeah, the advisory is basically that the heat wave will still going to persist for the next couple of days. That is now tomorrow. We issued already before the weekend that it was more prevalent. But as we are going to see that there will be more clouds drifting in from Angola. So some tropical moisture are breaking through then, but still because of that blanket effect, we will have underneath that warmer air is still going to persist. But with the rains that we are expecting then in the next 2 days or so, we should expect some cooling then because of the showers that's then anticipated then over most parts of the country. That's from the north central and towards the eastern parts of the country. So with that conditions, at least it will give a bit of relief, but still the southern areas, by midweek going to Thursday, then we'll see a bit of cooling then setting in over that areas. But for now, we are still expecting the extreme hot conditions to remain over the southern part, even by Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, Odilo, what practical advice would you give to residents to stay, safe and cope during this heat wave?
Yes, as I mentioned earlier on, tell them, if possible, try to remain cool and stay hydrated, and make sure that at least you drink a lot of water. in regular intervals, and also try to put on some loose clothing. And if you are outside in doing some outdoor activities, make sure that you don't extend it for a longer period, because that can be very dangerous. And at least put on a hat or an umbrella just to cover your body.
Odilo Kgobetsi, we appreciate your time this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Most welcome, and goodbye.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Namibia is experiencing a heat wave. Currently, he said that cooler weather can be expected towards the end of the work week. But in the meantime, do take all the necessary precaution and, of course, stay hydrated. We'll be right back.